there's the card I did. And I did some different colors. I used Mary Merlot. And I used the Fun Foam to sponge these, or not to sponge it, to color it. But I found another way that I'm going to share with you. So if you don't have the Fun Foam, but you have the dies, I have another idea. And I'm going to show it with you. And I use the idea to color the inside of this. So I'm all about how can I color this quick and easy. Thanks, Linda. I thought it was pretty too. What I'm going to do today, I'm going to use Misty Moonlight and use that one. So let's get started. All right, the first thing I'm using, that's the large sunflower and the large leaf. A way to do that. First thing I need to do is I need to take my stamp, and this one I stamped with Early Espresso. I'm going to stamp this one in Soft Suede. Thanks, Barb. That makes me mad that I can't find my mask, because I need it for my for when I add my leaves. All right, now this piece is 3 3/4 by 5, so I'm going to kind of stamp it right about there. All right. I used it the other day when I was working on this. All right, now, okay, now I got to stamp my leaves, and I'm going to use Just Jade for that. So I'm going to guess I'm gonna have to grab a, oh, here it is. I knew I had it. It was sitting on the top of the ink pad that I used for this one. All right, where's my 3 pieces that go up? They're over here, I think, yeah. So I'm gonna add my mask. And this is the mask that I made using the, I can't think, the repositionable paper. And as you can see, I've used it a lot. All right, and there's my mask for my leaf. Man, I am just a mess. I thought I had everything. All right, I'm gonna fake this one because I don't know where my mask for my leaf went. Let me make sure it's not on any of the ink pads that I was gonna use. So I'm just gonna kind of put that there, and I'm gonna stamp this one over here. So that worked. Close enough. And then I need to stamp my other leaf down here. Now, after you get everything stamped, you're going to take your mask off and be very careful with it, because with all these petals, until you get a few up, you can very easily rip it like I'm doing now. All right, come on. I usually can get it up after a couple. There we go. And then just very carefully take it off so you can reuse your mask, because once you stamp this and cut it out. All right, now I probably have a couple of more times I can use it because it's not coming through. That does not, yeah, they did. That does not happen with a Post-it note. I wouldn't be able to use this. I would be using a new one each time. So for this one, I thought I would use the rectangle stitch dies. And I took, or I'm going to take, this is the size I'm going to use, and I'm going to put it right about there. Now my suggestion when you do this is to add some tape to hold your piece in place. So let me cut this real quick, because if you don't hold that piece in place, it's going to shift on you. And if you're specific as to what you want or where you want your image cut out, then you have to be careful with it. All right, let me get this piece, and I'm going to very carefully take this off. If you pull this tape back on itself, there's very little chance that it's going to rip your paper. So keep that in mind. It helps too, when I first take it out, I tap it on my pants. Linda, this is the repositionable, the removable ID labels by Avery, and I got these at Walmart. And I took the 8.5 by 11 size, so you get a full sheet, and I just take and stamp on it and cut it out, and then you remove the back. Now, sometimes this one has a split across it, but some of them you don't get it that way, so you gotta play with it. Oh, you're quite welcome. I like that so much better than the Post-it notes. All right, I'm going to carefully remove my paper here because I'm close to the edge. All right, I got that out. I'm going to set that aside. And then I'm going to take this one out. And I found if you take and start pressing in one spot, it usually just depends, then you can pop these out. It's all those little cuts from the dotted piece. Now, when I did the other one, I used the Stamparatus, or in my case, the Misty. I'm going to pull in a scrap piece of paper. But when I went to do the inside, I couldn't do that. So what I decided to do was I made a mask, and I've got it here, I just got to find it. I made a mask using scrap paper, and then I put it on here and took and used my sponge, my makeup sponge, to color it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I've got to find where my three, let me look at the stamp a little bit so I can see where. All right, those three that go up are down here. So what I did there, nope, not there. There's my three that go up. Where are they at? All right. This is the hard part, is figuring this out. Once you get it figured out, though, it goes fairly quickly. Those three are down here somewhere. Maybe that's the last one that goes up. Yeah, there we go. Close. Yeah. Aha, there it is. If you can remember where your three petals that curve up are, then you're in good shape. Now, as you can see, it doesn't fit over there. So what I did was, I used my sponge, my makeup sponge, and I colored in just this much. And then I'm gonna, and always start off, all right? Then when you get this much done, then you shift it just slightly to cover the next part. So I can now do this next section. And this is how I colored it. When I get to this one, I'm going to now that I picked it up. It helps if you don't have to move it. Okay. No, this way. Here we go. Here we go. All right. So now I'm going to do the next section. And I'm going to shift it again. All right. There it is. I got off a little. And do the next section. And I'm going to just work my way all the way around, and I'm just moving it down slightly so that I don't have the white pieces showing. And I'm watching where it does start to show, and I know I have to stop there. So then I'm gonna shift it again. There we go. And I just did this all the way around. And then when you get over here with the last one, I can take and do this little piece right here without having to worry about it. And then what I can do is go around in here. And that was a quick and easy way to color. To do the center, I took one of the pieces and, I stamped the sunflower. Man, I am having a heck of a time today. And I'm going to add this. This one's a little bit easier to add over top. And this time I'm going to use soft suede. And I'm going to do some, thanks Linda. I'm going to do some off stamping so it's not too dark. And I'm just going to go over the center. Now it's going to take me a while to build up the color on here. My ink pad may need to be inked up. I like this also because it allows you to use the same color but lighter. Let me see. Ah, perfect, perfect, perfect. I love it when things work out. All right, now I have to do my leaves. So I did the same thing. I took a scrap piece of paper and yeah, I like it too, Lynn, because you can do that. If you don't have the blends, which I don't, this is how I do it. Now I'm going to color my leaf the same way. And just know that this piece is wider. So when you go in, just kind of shift it a little. All right, and then to do this one, it's like this. So I'm just going to kind of do that one that way. And then this down here, oh, it actually goes up higher. There, I got it. This one down here, I'm going to do the same way. I'm just going to lay this down, and I'm kind of trying not to get the blue. And there it is, done. They're actually bristles. Can you see, Lynn? I'm going to pull it up closer. And I wash mine out. Some people don't. They take one color or one brush and use it all for the reds and all, but I want my colors to be true, so I wash them out. And these have been washed several times and they're still fine. So there we have our image done. and I took the next largest stitch rectangle and I cut it out of the Misty Moonlight. I'm going to add this piece on here. Oops, picked up the cover. All right. I'm getting it. I almost have it. I'm going to add this here so I have the outline. And this does give you a larger outline than most spotlighting, but I kind of like it because it gives you a little bit of leeway. All right, now before I put that on, I'm going to add that to a piece of Misty Moonlight, and it's 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. I just thought it would be fun to play with a different color. Okay. I like these better than the daubers because you don't get, to me the daubers, you have to be so careful not to get that blob, so to speak. All right, put that down. I'm going to take my card base and fold it and add my piece here. Lynn, I got these off of, actually it's this set. This one came from the dollar store, but you want to look for the bristles. I got these off of Amazon, and they start with a Y. I don't know, but there was a whole package of them. It was like 8 of them in different sizes. My daubers are falling apart too, Linda. And you know what? The daubers that I had when I first started stamping are still going strong. So that shows you that quality has gone downhill. So, because I wash them out when we get new colors. I have one for each color, and when we get new colors, I just take and wash it out and reuse it. Oh, come on. Well, daggone it all, I was doing so good. Now it's up there on the tip. Don't know what happened with that one. Maybe. All right, now my 2 leaves were at the top, so I'm going to put that on right like that. There we go. This I'm going to add with dimensionals, and you're going to need a lot. So I'm going to start adding them on. And when you add your dimensionals, don't forget your center. That's usually where it collapses because people don't put anything on the center piece. Like I said, lots of dimensionals. And then I'm going to do my center also. Where's my, here it is. I cut a bunch before I started. I do 2, Linda. I just forgot to do it this time. And plus it takes a while for the glue to set, and I don't really have that when I do a Facebook Live. So I do that. And it's easier if you have a simple shape like this. but I use my Fun Foam a lot. I go through, I usually have dimensionals on every card, so that's why I've started using the Fun Foam, because it's a little bit cheaper than dimensionals. All right, now this goes on, and you're going to put it right over top of your space, and you can you want to line it up. Oh, does it? When I do mine, it flattens. It doesn't come back up, Linda. I'll have to try it. But you want to kind of line up your card and things like that so that it matches as well as you can. And then I use the Gilded Gems on this, and I got to order more because I'm out of those. I'm out of the gold glitter dots, so I'm going to pull in some champagne rhinestones and use those. I got to order a few things, so I'm going to add some of my things, my embellishments that I'm out of. Oh, no, I don't want that one. I want this one. And I'll put that one down here. And there you go. Spotlighting with a twist. The nested labels dies and the stitched rectangles. And a fun way to color it. This one, when you color with the Fun Foam, it's basically all one color, but with the sponges you can get some differences and everything. You like the Merlot the best? So, but I just thought it would be fun to show you how to do spotlighting with the twist.